Hello, Alan here. Welcome back to Dubliners 2019. This is a VR, a video response to Brian's video on an encounter. Unpack this story a little bit more, but we're going to get to the part where Brian talked about the CAD. I'll call him the CAD. The CAD is a character in Joyce, appears in Finnegan's Wake, appeared in Dublin in Phoenix Park and murdered some people. Not going to get into all that, but come back. We're going to unpack this. Stick around. Okay, welcome back. Let's get right to this. So we've got some kids, 3 of them. Joe Dillon, his brother Leo, and the unnamed character, and this Mahoney who comes in later. He and his fat young brother Leo, the idler. Okay, that's Joe's brother. Younger, fatter, idler. Joe is older too. He's more rambunctious. There's a note from the narrator. He doesn't like that. In fact, he mentions he prefers the detective stories over these other stories, the adventure stories. He's more cerebral. He's more erudite. He's above these other kids. And you can tell by the words he uses. Everyone was incredulous and sedulously. Okay, which means like diligently, and I think he uses diligent too. Those are big words for a 11-year-old, 11 through 13. Joyce was 11 when he was in Belvedere College, and the priest mentions, makes a comment about, he finds out that the boys are reading these stories and makes a jab at how they should be studying Roman history or whatnot. Okay, a battle. They're on their little journey. As I mentioned before, there's maps of, you can walk through the stories of Dubliners and Ulysses through. They go toward on the north bank of the Liffey, the river. There's north and south. You can get over it by O'Connell Street Bridge. My point is, they're on the north bank. There's the Battle of Clontarf took place in like 1047. Then you cross there, the south bank. There's where the Vikings invaded. Oliver Cromwell from England. That's a 1649. Talk about an ethnic cleansing. I mean, my God, half of Irish Catholics were killed, died, forced north, bad. But they have all this, the kids have all this rich Irish history, but they prefer the Wild West of America. This is 1904. When I was in Dublin, it was 100 years later, 1996. And they were still enamored about, I came from Arizona State University, the Wild West, and they wanted to know how my horses were, if I packed a gun and cowboy, because on TV they were getting Bonanza and Little House on the Prairie, shows like that, and it wasn't reruns like the Me TV Land or whatever here. It was like prime time. How does this Mahoney character get into the mix of the plan to go skip school, Mitch school? A lot of words in here like queer, gay, gas. We're gonna have a gas. If anyone knows that. Funk. He funked it. Dummy. That was in Clay. It doesn't mean he's stupid. It means he's deaf and can't speak. Antiquated words are words you don't know. What I like to dig into is the Joycean. Now, when this cat is talking to Mahoney and the narrator, he asks him like if he has any girlfriends, or because he clicks on the CAD hones in on the narrator because he can tell the narrator likes to read. You want to? Oh, I'm a reader too. I like, but he asks him how many girlfriends he has, and the narrator says none. But Joyce put that N in there. It originally said one. I guess that would have perpetuated the story. Oh, you have one. Da da da. Joyce put an N in there. Minutia. Oh, the Protestants. Okay, here we go. Swaggers. Now this Mahoney guy, not a nice guy. Just I told you, the narrator doesn't like Joe Dillon very much because he plays too hard. Always got to be the Indian, and he grows up to be a priest. This is a real character of Joyce's, a friend of his who did grow up to be a priest. There's a comment about that. Anyway, so Mahoney and his catapult. It's a slingshot. Why are you bringing that along, my friend? The narrator doesn't know Mahoney. Did I mention this? That Mahoney got in because his older sister, of course, is going to write it's always an older sister, going to write an excuse note for him and for Leo. But, so he shows up, what you got this slingshot for? He's going to have a gas with the birds. He's going to be trying to kill some birds. That's fun. Sees a cat and chases after the cat. Sees some young girls, these poor girls. Look at them. There's a picture. He's got to harass them, and the little younger boys. He's going to, attack them. And the narrator isn't impressed by that. Animal abuse, picking on people. There's footage, rare footage, I couldn't find even a picture of it, of 1937 of James Joyce with his grandson Stephen. Stephen's wearing an Indian headdress and running around. Okay, the word key, Q-U-A-Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think he mentions it 4 or 5 times. It's just I didn't know what it was. Like Americans probably don't either. It's just a place where boats can kind of dock and come and go all up and down River Liffey. The Keys. They think he's a Protestant because of that cricket. He's got a cricket medal in his cap. Cricket's a popular English game, and it was popular in Dublin at the time before the Gaelic League came and tried to make everything, or they did make Irish culture and hurling and things like that, games, indigenous games. So, there's a mention about a little Jew with a bag. Now, WTF, why is that thrown in there? I don't know why it's thrown in there either. It reminds me of Bloom, Leopold Bloom in Ulysses is a Jew with a bag. He's a canvasser trying to get advertisements for the newspaper, but down here we have a cloud appearing behind the sun, and this is the type of Joycean thing. You can watch the clouds in Dubliners come and go. In Ulysses, it comes and goes. There's a character in Ulysses called the Man in the Mac, who I think you start seeing him in episode 5 of Hades, the funeral, where he keeps appearing throughout every other chapter or whatever. Things are happening in this story like that. Somebody's telling a fortune, a girl, superstitions, numbers in Joyce. Now the cat starts talking about the weather. He's walking up and he's all, cat-like with a cane. He's looking in the grass. What's he looking for? Certainly not snakes. We know who drove the snakes out of Ireland. Have a good St. Patrick's Day weekend too. Probably won't see me for a few days. We'll see. The sediments of school board bored us. They're skipping school. They want adventure. Yeah, they're paralyzed, man, are they? They're sitting there shivering, going, WTF's this guy talking about? First the girls, then the whipping. I think Mahoney, big hard-ass he is, he chases off after another cat and leaves the narrator alone with this cat. But okay, that's after the moment, let's call it the moment, where the cat goes off by himself, and Mahoney says, look, look what he's doing. We don't know what he's doing because Joyce never shows us. The narrator refuses to look, so we don't know. The consensus is, yeah, masturbation or exposure. Now, I don't know, these kids are paralyzed, but I don't care if it's back in the day of 1904 or my day when I was a kid, Brian was a kid, we would have got the hell out of there, or we would have attacked the guy. That's a pretty bad offense, some dude doing that. But this is a story that made Dubliners hard to publish for Joyce. You can imagine why. And Puritan Dublin at the time. It's into the whipping and all this stuff. How many times is whipping? I think it's 10 references, and that doesn't include chastising and twitching. Okay, so that's like the main thing. Murphy. Mahoney runs off after a cat. He's out of there. And Brian makes a good point. So, the kid's alone. Murphy, you don't come back. He's, okay, thank God. I got somebody with me. Tell the tale with. But it always made me wonder until now, the ending about that last sentence. I was penitent, for in my heart, I had always despised him a little. But you can see now, once I unpack it, he doesn't like it, he brought the catapult, the slingshot to shoot birds. Look for onomatopoeia in Joyce. Joyce loves, yaka, and the sound of cats going, You'll spell that out for you. Usually backwards as well. So, yeah, another good story. We're going to get to my favorites now. We're 2 weeks into this and going good. Thank you for all your comments. Feel free to do VR video response to mine. And on to Two Gallants. And onward and upward. Hey, have a good weekend. Cilantro.